Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama and today I am bringing you a ZVZ here on Cloud Kingdom. So this is going to be between the blue Zerg down in the bottom left corner, Anubis, and the red Zerg up in the top corner, iBleedOrange. So this is going to be a high masters game. Both players are in the top 8 I believe right now. I know iBleedOrange is, and I think Anubis is actually pretty close to that as well. So neither player opting for an early pool here, as we see is are they gonna get the Overlord, or is somebody gonna go for an 11 overpool possibly from Anubis? That has been a build that has started to kind of show itself lately. Is you go 11 pool, or you go like 11 Overlord, 11 pool, and then you can go and like block their ramp with slow lings and stuff, and then they can't get out, and you can expand behind that. And yes, so we do see that was actually a 10 pool I believe, because I don't think I saw a gas trick at all. So 10 pool here by Anubis, a little bit of an interesting strategy, as he still has not got an Overlord yet. So okay, there we go, so he gets that Overlord. So it's a little bit of a variation on the build I was talking about, and he's going to go ahead and pick up that early gas as well. And no, that's just the extractor trick. So interesting way of doing a 10 pool to 11 pool sort of build there, but iBleedOrange going to go ahead and scout this out. So not always what you see. A lot of times in ZVZ, there's just no scouting whatsoever. Both players just kind of do their builds, and then you just kind of say, okay, whatever happens. But here we go. iBleedOrange, I guess, going hatch first, decides that scouting early is going to be his best bet. And that is a good idea, actually, if your opponent is doing some sort of early pool. As here we go, he's going to scout that there is a pool right there. And it's only a 10 pool, of course. But if you do come in and you see there's only like 5 drones mining, you know that they've done a 6 pool, or 6 drones, they've done a 7, whatever it is. I guess there'd be like 7 drones mining if you came in after a 6 pool. So you can see that, and you can react just as iBleedOrange did by canceling your hatch down there, building a spawning pool, and that way you can have lings out in time to deal with this sort of aggression right here. So smart reaction there by iBleedOrange. Some people like to keep this hatch up down here for a while, either to distract the lings or simply just have that hatch and then try and defend this off with drones, and then hopefully pray that their spawning pool will be up in time. So here we go. It's going to be drones versus lings here for a little bit here. iBleedOrange is going to have to micro this well, and he does lose a drone for free there, so not something that you want to do. Meantime, though, spawning pool is almost open, though, and Anubis trying to focus down the spawning pool, but I don't know if I'd be going for that. I feel like taking out the lings is the better bet right here, as he is not going to be able to whittle down that pool in enough time. In the meantime, he is getting speed upgrade started for those lings, so he is going to have a timing window a little bit later for that speed. And here we go, the lings are finally going to pop, and now with these lings and drones, they should be able to fend off these lings very easily. And yes, these lings should retreat, or they're just going to dance around, it looks like, and go for a little bit of attacking here on those lings. But Anubis not going to be able to break down that spawning pool, and really only got 1 drone out of that. So he has picked up in the drone lead, though, actually. So from that little distraction right there, he was able to kind of contain his opponent, keep him a little bit nervous, I suppose you could say. And from that, he is able to get faster speed, faster baneling nest, and more harvesters. So well done there by Anubis, and smart little 10 pool play right there to take advantage, but it's very economic too. And I think that's something that a lot of players don't really understand, and you'll understand more as you get into the higher levels, is something like a 10 pool or even like an 8 pool back in the old days of ZVP can be a very economic build. As I remember when I played ZVPs for a while there, I would do 8 pool. I mean, not every game, of course. Gotta practice macro, more stuff like that, obviously. But 8 pool is very efficient when before FFEs came out, really. And you could 8 pool, get in their base, deal a lot of damage, kill a lot of probes, and just drone hard behind it. So you only have like 6 or 8 lings that are really doing any damage, and you're able to do a lot of damage to that. And then they finally found it off, and they think they're ahead, and all of a sudden you have like 20 drones back home. So it's just the damage that you have to deal, the reaction that you have to create from the units that you do make. And here we go. It looks like Anubis is gearing up for a big push right now, and he does have the banelings. He also has an expansion going down in front of his opponent, so Anubis definitely ahead. He is a tiny bit behind in workers, but with that expansion going down right there, should be able to do a lot. But here we go. iBleedOrange smartly, oh, well, attacking his own links there, but iBleedOrange smartly has his 2 queens set up right there. And is he going to be able to break this? It looks like he might be able to take down this 1 queen. A spine crawler is up though, and yes, one of the queens is not going to go down, but here we go. Banelings coming in, and there we go. So the Banelings are going to be able to clean that up, and then 1 queen does go down. He's going to lose the 2nd queen. He's going to lose both of his queens there. More links are streaming in right now. iBleedOrange does have a 3rd queen though, but he needs to start injecting, as that larva is extremely crucial at this point. If you miss a couple injects, you basically lose this game right now. And here we go. iBleedOrange going to take a ballsy expansion right here. I'm not sure he'll be able to hold this, as his link count just isn't great enough. And there's that Baneling Nest. No, so he's going to have to cancel that. So I'm not quite sure about that decision. But here we go. Baneling's finally coming up into the main here. And I don't know if iBleedOrange is going to be able to hold this, but the Banelings go off on the queen instead. And so he's not going to be able to do the damage to the drones they needed to do right there. Meantime, there's more links sitting out here for Anubis if he brings these in. No, he's not going to be able to do enough damage, as there is that spine crawler, and there's another spine crawler here at the front. And iBleedOrange once again taking his natural, so nice hold there. But Anubis with those Banelings, that's something that you just have to focus down on those drones right there. So he had 3 Banelings in there. If you are Anubis in the next game, just grab those 3, set them to hotkey 2 or something away from your main army, run them around there, and then just blow up on those drones instead. Because 1 will not kill drones until it has, is it +1 upgrade or +2 upgrade? I can't remember. I feel like it's a +2 upgrade, but it might be a +1 upgrade. So here we go. Anubis going to go ahead and try and deny this expansion right here. Once again, a Baneling does get off, and there we go. All of those links are going to go down, but iBleedOrange has transitioned into roaches, but does he have enough right here? And the Banelings once again going after these roaches, so he is just being very careless with his Banelings, and in the meantime, he does not push up into the main, so that's going to let iBleedOrange come out with his queens and block his ramp once again. So Anubis making a few tactical errors there. He's going to go ahead and get surround though on these queens. He's going to be able to take out 1 queen, one of those roaches, and possibly a 2nd queen. Is he going to get it? It does not look like he's going to get that 2nd queen, so iBleedOrange going to get away with that queen. Hopefully start injecting very quickly, as once again he is still behind. Behind in workers, behind in units, behind in tech, I believe. He does have that roach horn up, and his opponent has one up as well. So yes, he's behind in all aspects right now of this game, and we are going to have to see how he's going to come back from this. So here we go. More Banelings being morphed in for Anubis. He is not done with this attack, so he's going to go ahead and send them right up to that main there. But there's not going to be much to hit, and there are these roaches here to defend. So will he get a wall is the real question. Spinecrawler's going down, but it looks like all of these roaches are going to get surrounded. So he needs to move those Banelings up into the base around those roaches. But it looks like he's not going to do that. And here we go. He's going to go ahead and get a few drone kills off, but not able to get that queen. 1 health left on that queen. So say your prayers when you get back home, Mr. Queenie. And Anubis finally transitioning into a sort of roach push here. He does have about 7 roaches scattered coming across, but iBleedOrange also has 7 roaches, it looks like. So it'll be 7 to 7 at about that point. There are 9 roaches actually, a couple more just trailing in right here, as well as some lings. So it looks like Anubis going for some sort of all-in, hoping that his opponent is droning up behind this. Or is he droning up behind this? I'm not exactly sure what he's doing there. So he's going for like a half all-in push, but he did take some drones behind this. But unfortunately, iBleedOrange is going to be pretty prepared for this, it looks like. So here we go, roach versus roach with those lings. They're going to be able to snipe off that queen, but more roach reinforcements are going to be coming down here. The ramp here for iBleedOrange, so this does look like it's slightly in Anubis' favor. I can't tell with that overload right there. What's he blocking? And yes, iBleedOrange actually is going to be able to clean this up right here, as Anubis' 2 roaches did come into this fight a little bit later, and there are these lings here which are just tanking the damage off of these roaches. No upgrades for either player right now. Speed upgrade for the roaches is going to be coming down for iBleedOrange, and I don't believe that our blue player Anubis does not have that. And there are no evolution chambers either. So usually around this point you'd see evolution chambers going down, usually a little bit before actually, but there's just been so much back and forth. I don't know if either player has had the time or money to really invest in that. So great job there by iBleedOrange to sneak by those spine crawlers, pick off those banelings, and he's going to go right into the base. And Anubis able to pick off a few of those, but here we go. He's going to go ahead and try and focus down that queen. Is Anubis just moving? Yes, so it looks like Anubis is just move commanding at the queen. Always brilliant play whenever your opponent is does bring lings in or something to try and attack a queen, a spine crawler, something like that. If you just grab all your drones and move them towards that queen right there, your units will actually they won't be in the what am I trying to say? They won't be first priority of attack. And so the Zerglings will try and run around the drones to keep attacking that queen, and the other player has to actually grab his lings and focus fire each of those drones. And so here we go, we do see a spire going down right now for our blue player Anubis. So transitioning into that mute attack, and we will have to see if iBleedOrange yes, so he can deal with it perfectly right there. He already has a Spore Crawler going up in his main, and is he going to get a Spore Crawler down here at his natural? He does have another queen on the way. He does have 3 queens on the field, so 5 queens will be out by the time these mutas come. And did he see that? Yes, so he did see that with his lings. So, I mean, even though he didn't pick off a queen and maybe not even a drone, no, he didn't even kill a drone when he ran in there with those lings. The fact that he was able to scout that there was a spire made that run by completely worth it. And so now he does have those 5 queens out on the field. And yeah, that'll be able to take out any of that. And here we go. Getting supply blocked by by iBleedOrange. It's going to supply block Anubis right there, taking out those careless overlords. Always be careful with your rally points, as if you just set it up there a long time ago and send all your units and all of a sudden you don't want to attack anymore, you pull everything back, well, your overlords build a lot slower and they travel a lot slower, and so then a minute and a half later you're looking back going, why am I supply blocked? And that's why you have 3 overlords sitting right in your opponent's base. So always be careful with those supply points. So 6 Muta Scout for Anubis. It looks like he's going to go around, try and pick off some loose overlords, but there are none, as iBleedOrange did scout that spire way ahead of time and just pulled back extremely early. So here we go. iBleedOrange is going to go ahead and try and deny this third. Anubis does not see this coming until right now. Finally, his overlord's going to scout that, so he's going to try and pull back his Mutalisk, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He should be able to pick it off, and yes, there we go. So he's going to go ahead and cause a cancel. And the Mutalisk are in play though now. So Mutalisk versus Roach, obviously Mutalisk win, but Roach are extremely tough units. You have to remember that. So they should be able to escape without too much damage. And there's still a lot of spine crawlers here at the front for Anubis. There is the +1 upgrade going down for that range attack for Anubis. And I don't think iBleedOrange... Okay, iBleedOrange does have a +1 as well, so I'm sorry I did miss that. And he also is getting Burrow, Pathogen Glands, and no Tunneling Claws yet. But Burrow, Pathogen Glands, and his +2 attack, as well as 5 Infestors coming out on the field right now. So if he can get a nice little ball up on those Mutalisks right there, as they are right now, just drop a couple fungal growths on top of them, they will be gone. And he won't have to deal with that anymore, so iBleedOrange is going to go ahead and try and sneak out a third right now. I don't know if it's going to be possible. He does have these Infestors out, though, so if he does pull his army over here before these Mutalisks can cause a cancel, he may be able to trap all of them and snipe them down, as they are pretty balled up right now. There's not much of a split, but it looks like there he's going around in a very interesting direction to try and kill these Mutalisks off. But there we go. He's going to go ahead and get a fungal on 3 of them. And a little bit of sloppy play right there, so that is going to have to cause a cancel. But is he going to get that? Please get a fungal. Oh, and he just misses a fungal growth right there, so not in range to cast it in his mind, or just didn't want to risk it. So Anubis looks to still be ahead. He is a little bit behind in those upgrades, though. But in the supply count, he is ahead, and he is up 60 workers to 34. However, he does have 60 drones on 2 base still. So you have to remember that the income of 60 drones harvesting on this base right here, or however many harvesters he has over here, That's just not efficient. Like 24 is the max efficiency I believe that you can get on a mineral line there of 8 patches, or 7 patches I should say. No, 8. Sorry, 8 patches. So he finally does get his third up though, and iBleedOrange is going to be taking his third. So Anubis gets that third up just a little bit earlier, as he should, having those Mutalisk on the field. But iBleedOrange now knows that he has a slight disadvantage here because that third up was a little bit later, and so he's going to take that roundabout path that Anubis has not seen before, and he's going to go ahead and try and snipe this third once again. In the meantime, though, Anubis looking to possibly do the same thing, but here we go. As Anubis is standing out in the middle of the map, he's going to go ahead and just see now that he is going to be losing his third. So snipes the Spore Crawler, snipes the Spine Crawler, and Anubis doesn't even react to this. Anubis just... Okay, there we go. So finally he makes a decision. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and push forward with this right here. So these infestors are going to have to do something to delay this attack, and he's able to get a couple fungal growths, but he's lost a lot of infestors with a decent amount of energy right there. There we go, a few more fungal growths going off, able to do a decent amount of damage right there. So huge fungals, able to really do some damage, and it's 1-1 upgrades versus 2-2. He does the burrow, and there's not an Overseer up yet. But he does have that fungal growth, so remember, if you do drop a fungal growth on burrowed units, it will reveal them. And wow, Anubis says... And I have to agree, because that was just impressive. iBleedOrange. And I mean, great hold there with the infestors. They were a little bit late to start and let some units in. A couple of them got picked off, but he had so many right there. He was able to get huge fungal growths, able to trap units like 20 roaches in each one and do some serious damage. In the meantime, he did deny that third. And Anubis now in a horrible, horrible situation. On 1 base. Well, he's on 2 base. I mean, he's mined out, but you mined out too. So both players essentially on the quote-unquote 1 base that Anubis is talking about. And here we go. iBleedOrange is going to go ahead and just push into the natural here and say, you know what, I'm ready to end this game. I know you don't have enough to deal with this. In the meantime, though, there are some roaches over here by Anubis trying to do a little bit of the same. Infested Terrans are going to pop, and it looks like they are going to be able to clean this up. So, Infestors, really the kings of this game right here, and there goes the natural. There goes all of the income of our Zerg player, Anubis, and it looks like iBleedOrange is going to be able to take this out. There are so many drones right here. No, I did not have more drones, but you had beyond full drones. So unfortunately Anubis wasn't able to get up that third. If he was able to get that third up, he probably could have taken a decent lead in the game right there and pushed his advantage. But because it got denied so many times there, 2 or 3 times I believe, that just really cost him, because all those drones were mining off that 1 mineral line, and he wasn't able to really get much or very ahead in income. So the game was actually a lot more even than he thought it was, because he did not have that third up and was not mining with all those extra drones. So GG, and nice comeback there from iBleedOrange. Mr. Llama out.